Hey guys, I'm Rogan. Oh, shit. Well, that's not how I really want to start this video, but I'm Rogan, and this is my rant. We believe in the diversity of thought here on this channel, and I'm going to tell you all of the things that the YouTubers usually tell you to do that they've beaten to death. I'll save it to the end. Alright, so this video I'm going to talk about a little bit lighthearted subject. I want to talk about video games and why I haven't played them in a while. Now, this is a little bit of a somber topic for me to talk about because video games used to be one of my passions. It's more of a, it's still a hobby of mine. I still do it from time to time. I still have a really big collection in my closet. If you guys are interested in seeing my collection, I could show it in a future video, but that's not what this video is about. I'm just gonna talk about, video games have meant to me over the years, and kind of the modern practices in the video game industry that have really turned me off from playing games. And then I'm briefly gonna talk about a couple of things that I have an issue with the new consoles coming out, and then we'll wrap up the video with all those stupid YouTuber things. All right, so I've been into video games for as long as I can remember. My first console was a Game Boy Pocket. And, my most recent console I bought was an Xbox One S, which, that's like the smaller one. No power brick with the power cord and, those new, 4K streaming, 4K Blu-ray player, HDR, stuff like that. It's not like the Xbox One X where, they have, almost native 4K. So I've had a long history. I have a huge collection, and the reason that I wanted to make this video was because I just don't play games a lot anymore because, I'm kind of burned out. I'm kind of sick of a lot of the modern things that happens with the video game industry. There's a lot of pay to win out there. There's a lot of microtransactions. Now, the budget of AAA video games have ballooned like ridiculous amounts in the past decade. Game developers, they've had to invent new ideas and new ways to monetize their games to make up that revenue because, a $60 game is not cutting it anymore. And recently, some studios and developers in game studios, they're trying to make the prices of games $70, and I think that's complete bullshit. I hate that because, they already make enough with all the microtransactions and stuff like that, and the paid DLC and stuff like that. Some DLC is fun, yes, but I mean, most of it's overpriced. Microtransactions can be done well if they're only cosmetic, but if they're pay to win like Battlefront was and some other games have been, it ruins the game experience for a lot of people because it turns into an endless grind fest where you have to invest your whole life into a video game, and then you don't have, and then you can't do your typical responsibilities as an adult and stuff like that. And being an adult, I have a lot more responsibilities now, and I have a lot less time to play video games. But the practices, the microtransactions, them trying to make up their revenue that's one thing. But the main thing that pisses me off is, a lot of people, there's they buy digital games and they have fast internet and it downloads and the Xbox downloads a little faster than the PlayStation does and blah, blah, blah. You know what? How about making a game that's fucking finished, like back in the good old days? And, releasing the game and it's finished so you don't have to have a stupid day one patch that, fixes a million things. Then don't release the damn game if it's not fucking finished. If it's not finished, don't release the game. How about that? It's oh, well, our publishers have strict deadlines and we have to release the games. We're under incredible pressure and stuff like that. And, I get it. These developers, they need to keep their jobs. But I'm sick of getting a game, a physical game, mind you, because I like to collect. I don't like digital games because you don't really have the rights to games. If you have to free up space on your stupid piss-ass small hard drive, and it's the game can be taken off the store at will, and then you can't have access to the game anymore. Or the licensing rights run out, and then you have to rebuy it. I've encountered that stupid thing. When I buy a physical game, and when I put it in my console, I have to sit there and wait and wait for an eternity to finally play the freaking game. And then when I play the game, and like, I don't play games every day anymore, okay? But like, let's just say like you're someone like, you know, you put a game in and you want to play it, and then you get really busy, and then you don't get to play it for another week or two. Well, then there's another 5 million gigabyte update that you have to download. Oh, sorry, we have to update the game even more now. We got to add new things. We got to fix things that we didn't iron out in the original finished product. There is no finished product anymore with games. They can just be lazy and half-ass and release a game that's not finished, and then whoop-de-doo. The game's released, but it's not done yet. So, that was my little angry rant of this video. Those are like the microtransactions, you know, the way they monetize games, the predatory practices, you know, it incentivizes gambling to kids who have access to their parents' credit cards. It's, you know, it's not the same as it used to be. It's not like the good old days when you just buy a game, it was finished, you put it in, and you play it. No game was perfect. Every game had its glitches and its bugs and, you know, things that weren't perfect about it, but developers really had to, you know, make sure it was polished. You know, there still is great games, and all of this isn't going to deter me from getting one of the new consoles eventually, but it's just, you know, it's more and more of the same BS. And the fact of the matter that these new consoles have like the smallest hard drives, like smaller hard drives than the ones we have now in the current generation, and the games are going to be even bigger because they're in 4K and they're pretty 4K, and they're going to be even bigger. You'll be able to fit maybe 2 or 3 games on your hard drive at once, and you need to buy these proprietary SSD, you know, expansion packs that cost hundreds of dollars. Oh, so what you're telling me is that I have to spend $500 on the console and then another $200 on this storage upgrade. Oh, well, we had to cut back the memory to make the fast SSD so games load quicker. You know what? They should just load quicker anyway. You shouldn't have to cut back on something to make something different better. Okay, I'm gonna deal with it. I'll eventually buy one of the new consoles because I want to play some of the new games because they look fantastic. And I'm not trying to make this video like it's completely doom and gloom and like I'm shitting all over games. I know it sounds like that, but I love games. I'm gonna keep playing them. I'm gonna keep buying them, and then I'm gonna look to other games that aren't always AAA for fun. You know, my cousin S. He's been playing this game called Phasmophobia. It's a really fun, like, detective horror game where you have to figure out what type of ghost it is. Like, I watched him play it on stream on Twitch, and it seems really fun. I want to play it and download it, you know, and I can run it right on my little itty bitty laptop here. So that is the rant for today. I hope you enjoyed me falling out of my chair. So, if you liked the video, I want you to hit that like button. And if you didn't like the video, if you didn't like my face, if you didn't like my topic or my Worcester shirt, I want you to smash that dislike button below. It gives me a chance to improve, make better content, make more content, and get better overall with what I'm doing. And hit that subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And hit that ding-a-ling bell if you want to be notified when you want to see more crazy videos from this crazy guy. Alright, guys, have a great rest of the day.